Hello everyone, welcome to Tech with Shaping Pixel. Today in this video, we are going to cover Microsoft Azure SC-900 study Cram. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to Tech with Shaping Pixel. Let's start our video. Security, compliance, and identity concepts. Security and compliance concepts. Shared responsibility model. The shared responsibility model is a fundamental concept in cloud security that outlines the responsibilities of both the cloud service provider and the customer. This model defines the division of security responsibilities between the two parties, ensuring that each understands their role in maintaining a secure environment. Shared responsibility model. A cloud service provider responsibilities. The cloud service provider is responsible for securing the underlying cloud infrastructure. This includes managing data centers, physical security, network infrastructure, and hardware. They ensure the availability, scalability, and reliability of Azure services. Cloud service provider implements security controls at the infrastructure level, such as firewalls, intrusion detection systems, and encryption mechanisms. Customer responsibilities. Securing their applications, data, and access management within Azure. Configure and manage VMs, databases, and other resources deployed in Azure. Customers define access controls, monitor for security threats, apply security patches. Defense in depth and zero trust model. Defense in depth. Defense in depth is a security strategy to prevent data breaches and slow down unauthenticated attempts to access data. It achieves this by deploying an intense environment with 7 layers of protection and validation. Imagine it like an onion. Even if one layer of the security system is compromised, there are 6 other lines of defense. Microsoft Azure applies the defense in depth strategy both on its on-premise data centers and in Azure cloud services. Layers of defense in depth. Each layer provides protection so that if one layer is breached, the next layer is already in place to prevent further exposure. This approach eliminates reliance on any protective layer. It slows down an attack and provides altering information that security teams can take action on automatically or manually. The key principles that define the security posture are: confidentiality ensures that the protect surface can be accessed only by those with direct permission. Integrity creates a unique fingerprint of data using a one-way hashing algorithm. The recipient receives the hash, allowing them to verify data consistency during transmission. Zero trust model. Today's organizations need a new security model that more effectively adapts to the complexity of the modern environment, embracing the hybrid workplace and protecting people, devices, apps, and data wherever they are. Zero Trust is a security model that assumes the worst case scenario and protects resources against that assumption. Zero Trust assumes breach at the outset and then verifies each request as though it originated from an uncontrolled network. It operates on the principle of never trust, always verify, ensuring that security is maintained at every level, regardless of the source or destination of requests. By following this model, organizations can enhance their security posture and protect against potential breaches and unauthorized access. Why Zero Trust model? Productivity everywhere, cloud migration, and risk mitigation. Zero Trust principles. Verify explicitly, use least privilege access, and assume breach. Encryption and hashing. Encryption. Encryption is a process of encoding data in such a way that only authorized parties can access and decipher it. It involves the use of an algorithm along with a key to transform plain text into ciphertext and vice versa. Encryption is reversible, meaning the encrypted data can be decrypted back to its original form using the appropriate decryption key. Encryption types: client side, server side, Azure Disk, Azure VPN, Azure Storage Service, Azure Cosmos DB database, encryption of data at rest, and encryption of data in transit. Azure supports various encryption models, including server-side encryption that uses service-managed keys, customer-managed keys in a key vault, or customer-managed keys on customer-controlled hardware. With client-side encryption, you can manage and store key on premises or in another secure location. Hashing. Hashing is a one-way cryptographic function that converts input data into a fixed size string of characters using a mathematical algorithm. Using a hashing algorithm to convert text to a unique fixed length value called a hash, every time the same text is hashed using the same algorithm, the same hash value is produced. That hash is used as a unique identifier of its associated data. The resulting hash value is unique to the input data, meaning even a small change in the input will produce a significantly different hash value. Hashing is non-reversible, meaning it's practically impossible to reconstruct the original input data from the hash value. GRC, Governance Risk Compliance Concepts. Governance. IT governance is the framework that ensures technology decisions are aligned with business goals and value delivery. In Azure, governance is implemented through policies and initiatives that enforce rules and effects over resources in your organization. Key Azure services related to governance include Azure Policy, Azure Blueprints, and Azure Management Groups. These tools help in organizing resources, enforcing compliance standards, and managing costs effectively. Risk. Risk management involves identifying, evaluating, and prioritizing risks, followed by the coordinated application of resources to minimize, monitor, and control the probability or impact of unfortunate events. In the context of Azure, risk management includes understanding the security posture through services like Azure Security Center and implementing strategies to mitigate threats. The shared responsibility model in cloud computing is crucial here. It delineates the security responsibilities between the cloud provider and the customer. Compliance. Compliance management is about ensuring that an organization follows external laws, regulations, standards, and internal policies. Azure provides comprehensive compliance coverage with more than 90 compliance offerings to help your organization comply with national, regional, and industry specific requirements governing the collection and use of data. Tools like Azure Compliance Manager help manage compliance activities, track compliance performance, and provide audit reports. Identity concepts. Identity as the primary security perimeter. Identity as the primary security perimeter refers to the shift in security focus from traditional network-based perimeters to identity-based perimeters. Identity-based security perimeter. With the advent of cloud computing, mobile access, and various devices connecting to corporate resources, the traditional network perimeter is no longer sufficient for security. Instead, identity has become the central point of control for access management. Managing identities. By effectively managing identities, organizations can ensure that only authorized users have access to resources. This includes managing user accounts, credentials, and access rights. Principle of least privilege. Access should be granted based on the principle of least privilege, meaning users should have only the minimum level of access necessary to perform their job functions. Azure tools for identity management. Microsoft Azure provides various tools such as Microsoft Entra ID for identity services and Microsoft Entra ID protection for risk-based policies that protect identities. Four pillars of identity. Administration. Managing when and how identities can change and who can perform these changes. Authentication. Verifying that an identity is who it claims to be with enough assurance. Authorization. Determining what an authenticated identity is allowed to do. Auditing. Tracking identity related activities, generating alerts, and providing governance through reports. Authentication and authorization. Authentication. Authentication is the process of verifying the identity of a user or system entity. It ensures that the entity claiming a particular entity is indeed who or what it claims to be. Authentication mechanisms typically involve presenting some form of credentials, such as passwords, biometric data, cryptographic keys, or digital certificates. The goal of authentication is to establish trust in the identity of the communicating parties before granting access to sensitive information or resources. Authentication helps prevent unauthorized access by ensuring that only legitimate users or systems are allowed to access protected resources. Authorization. Authorization, also known as access control, is the process of determining what actions or operations a user or system entity is permitted to perform on a resource. Once authentication has confirmed the identity of a user, authorization determines whether that user has the necessary permissions to access specific resources or perform certain actions within a system. Authorization policies define the rules and criteria for granting or denying access rights based on factors such as user roles, privileges, group memberships, or other attributes. Effective authorization mechanisms help enforce security policies, prevent unauthorized actions, and protect sensitive data from misuse or unauthorized access. Identity providers. Identity providers are services that create, maintain, and manage identity information while providing authentication services to applications and services. Authentication services. Identity providers offer a way for users to log in with a single username and password across multiple systems. This is known as single sign-on. Identity information. They store and manage users' identity information, including details like usernames, passwords, and possibly other factors used for authentication. Protocols. Identity providers typically use standard protocols like Security Assertion Markup Language and OpenID Connect to provide authentication and authorization services. Common examples of identity providers include Microsoft Entra ID, Google Identity, and Facebook Login. Directory services and Active Directory. Directory services are a type of network service that identifies every resource such as users, groups, applications, files, and devices in a network and makes them accessible to users and applications. Resource management. Directory services help manage resources by providing a structured directory that stores information about these resources. Active Directory. It is a directory service developed by Microsoft for Windows domain networks. It is included in most Windows Server operating systems as a set of processes and services. Directory services and Active Directory. Services provided. AD provides a variety of network services, including Lightweight Directory Access Protocol, a protocol used to access and manage directory information. Kerberos-based authentication ensures secure user sign-in. Domain services allows for management of user rights and permissions. Microsoft Entra ID. It's an identity and access management service in the cloud that extends on-premises AD capabilities to the cloud. Concept of federation. Federation is a concept in identity and access management that allows organizations to share digital identity and access rights across multiple security domains or trust boundaries. Benefits: Federation simplifies user management, enhances security by reducing password fatigue, and provides a better user experience. Federation with Microsoft Entra ID allows users from one organization to use their credentials to access resources in another organization's directory. This is particularly useful in scenarios involving collaboration between businesses or integration of cloud services with on premises directories. Microsoft Entra capabilities. Microsoft Entra ID function and identity types. Microsoft Entra ID. Microsoft Entra ID is a cloud-based identity and access management service that enables your employees to access external resources. Example resources include Microsoft 365, Azure Portal, and thousands of other SaaS applications. Microsoft Entra ID helps them access internal resources such as apps on your corporate intranet and any cloud apps developed for your own organization. Microsoft Entra ID. Identity management. It helps manage user identities and create policies for access control. Single sign-on. Entra ID supports single sign-on to various cloud apps from any location. Multi-factor authentication. It enhances security by requiring multiple forms of verification. Conditional access. Policies can be set up to grant or block access under certain conditions. Hybrid identity. Entra ID can integrate with on-premises Active Directory to provide a common identity for users for both on-premises and cloud resources. Types of identities. Workload identity. This refers to identities used by server workloads, services, or applications that need to authenticate and interact with other resources in Azure. They are often managed as service principals or managed identities in Microsoft Entra ID. Device identity. An identity for devices that are registered with Microsoft Entra ID. It allows devices to be managed and secured by policies, and it's used for conditional access scenarios. Human identity. These are the regular user accounts associated with individuals. They can be managed with various authentication methods, including passwords, biometrics, or hardware tokens for secure access to resources. Types of identities. Machine identities, human identities. Hybrid identity. Hybrid identity refers to having an unified user identity that spans across both on-premises and cloud environments. It allows seamless authentication and authorization for users regardless of where their resources reside. Components of hybrid identity. On-premises Active Directory. The traditional directory service used within an organization. Microsoft Entra ID. Microsoft's cloud-based identity service. Microsoft Entra Connect is a tool that synchronizes on-premises AD with ensuring consistency. Microsoft Entra Application Proxy allows secure access to on-premises apps from the cloud. Authentication methods. Password-based authentication. Traditional username and password. Single sign-on. Users sign in once and access multiple resources without re-entering credentials. Multi-factor authentication adds an extra layer of security by requiring additional verification. Authentication methods. Password-based authentication. Users authenticate using a combination of a username and password, commonly used for accessing Azure services and resources. Microsoft Entra ID supports password-based authentication for user sign-ins. Multi-factor authentication requires users to provide additional verification beyond their password. Enhances security by adding an extra layer of authentication. Microsoft Entra ID offers multi-factor authentication options such as phone calls, text messages, or mobile app notifications. Single sign-on allows users to log in once and access multiple resources without re-entering credentials. Microsoft Entra ID provides single sign-on capabilities for cloud and on-premises applications. It simplifies user experience and improves productivity. Microsoft Entra ID Application Proxy enables secure access to on-premises applications from the cloud. Facilitates access to legacy apps without exposing them directly to the internet. It works seamlessly with single sign-on and multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication. MFA is an authentication method that requires users to provide additional verification beyond their password. It adds an extra layer of security by ensuring that even if a password is compromised, unauthorized access is prevented. How multi-factor authentication works. When a user attempts to sign in, multi-factor authentication prompts them for a second form of verification. Common verification methods include the following. Phone call. A call to a registered phone number with a verification code. Text message. A one-time code sent via SMS. Mobile app notification. Using an authenticator app. Biometrics. Fingerprint or facial recognition. Hardware tokens. Physical devices generating time-based codes. Microsoft Entra ID supports multi-factor authentication for securing access to Azure services and resources. It's crucial for protecting sensitive data, especially in a hybrid environment. Benefits of multi-factor authentication. Enhanced security. Even if a password is compromised, an attacker cannot proceed without the second factor. Compliance. Multi-factor authentication aligns with regulatory requirements and best practices. User experience. Users can choose their preferred verification method. Password protection and management in Azure. Microsoft Entra ID provides robust features for password protection and management. Here are key aspects. Password policies. Microsoft Entra ID allows administrators to define password complexity rules, including minimum length, character requirements, and expiration intervals. Organizations can enforce strong passwords to enhance security. Self-service password reset. Users can reset their passwords without IT intervention. Self-service password reset includes options like security questions, email verification, or SMS codes. Password write back. In hybrid environments, Microsoft Entra ID can write password changes back to the on-premises Active Directory. This ensures consistency across both environments. Password hash synchronization. Microsoft Entra ID synchronizes password hashes from on-premises AD to the cloud. Users can sign in using the same password. Microsoft Entra ID protection detects risky sign-in behavior and prompts for additional verification. Blocks sign-ins from suspicious locations or devices. Microsoft Entra ID banned the password list. Prevents users from setting common or easily guessable passwords. Includes a predefined list of weak passwords. Microsoft Entra ID access management capabilities. Conditional access. Conditional access is a powerful feature of Microsoft Entra ID that allows organizations to control access to resources based on various conditions. It acts as Microsoft's zero trust policy engine, making access decisions by considering signals from different sources. How does it work? Policies. Conditional access policies are like if-then statements. For example, if a user wants to access Microsoft 365 services, then they must complete multi-factor authentication. Signals considered: user or group membership, IP location information, device type and state, application being accessed, real-time and calculated risk detection. Common decisions: block access, the most restrictive decision; grant access, the less restrictive decision, which can require multi-factor authentication or other conditions. Microsoft Entra roles and role-based access control. Microsoft Entra ID rules. In the Microsoft Entra ID, if another administrator or non-administrator needs to manage Microsoft Entra resources, you assign them a Microsoft Entra role that gives them the necessary permissions. For example, You can assign roles to allow them to add or change users, reset user passwords, manage user licenses, or manage domain names. What is an Entra ID tenant? An Entra ID tenant is a directory of users, groups, and applications managed by Microsoft Entra. It controls access to Microsoft Entra resources using the Microsoft Graph API. Difference between Azure roles and Microsoft Entra ID roles. Azure roles control access to Azure resources using Azure Resource Management. Microsoft Entra ID roles control access to resources using the Microsoft Graph API. What is rule-based access control? Rule-based access control is a security methodology that assigns different levels of access to users based on their roles or functions within an organization. It helps protect resources from unauthorized or improper access, modification, addition, or deletion. Azure Rule-Based Access Control is an authorization system built on Azure Resource Manager. It provides fine-grained access management to Azure resources. How it works. Users assign a role definition to an identity object. The role definition determines the actions the identity object can perform at a specified scope. Benefits of rule-based access control. Assign users a role rather than multiple individual permissions. Users have access only to the resources they need for their tasks. Audit trails are easily maintained. Microsoft Entra ID, Identity Protection and Governance Capabilities. Microsoft Entra ID Governance. Microsoft Entra ID Governance is an identity governance solution that empowers organizations to enhance productivity, strengthen security, and meet compliance and regulatory requirements more easily. Identity Lifecycle Management ensures a balance between productivity and security during the identity lifecycle. Automates processes such as creating new employee identities based on HR signals. Removes identities and access when employees leave the organization. Access Lifecycle Management controls access to resources at the right time. Ensures that the right people have access to the right resources. It helps answer questions like which users should have access to which resources? What are users doing with their access? Are there effective controls for managing access? Secure privileged access for administration. Protects privileged accounts and ensures proper access controls. Monitors and audits access to critical assets. Mitigates identity and access risks. Access reviews. What are access reviews? Access reviews are a crucial part of identity governance. They help organizations periodically review and validate user access to resources. Access reviews ensure that users have appropriate permissions and that any unnecessary access is revoked. Key aspects of access reviews. Frequency. Organizations can schedule access reviews periodically. Scope. Reviews can target specific groups, applications, or resources. Reviewers. Assigned individuals perform the reviews. Actions. Reviewers can approve, revoke, or modify access based on their findings. Microsoft Entra Privileged Identity Management. Privileged Identity Management is a service within Microsoft Entra ID that enables you to manage, control, and monitor access to important resources in your organization. These resources include Microsoft Entra ID, Azure, and other Microsoft online services such as Microsoft 365 or Microsoft Intune. Importance of Privileged Identity Management. Privileged Identity Management addresses the challenge of granting privileged access while minimizing risk. It focuses on just-in-time and approval-based activation of privileged roles. Privileged Identity Management provides time-based and approval-based role activation to reduce the risks of excessive, unnecessary, or abusive access permissions on the resources you care about. Capabilities. Approval workflow. Requires approval from designated administrators before activating privileged roles. Ensures accountability and oversight. Multi-factor authentication. Enforces multi-factor authentication for activating any privileged rule. Enhances security. Just-in-time access. Users receive elevated permissions only when needed. Activation is time-bound, reducing exposure. Access reviews. Periodically reviews privileged access. Ensures users still need assigned roles. Prevents role removal. Protects against accidental removal of critical roles. Audit history. Provides detailed logs for internal or external audits. Microsoft Entra ID Protection. Microsoft Entra ID Protection helps organizations detect, investigate, and resolve identity-based threats. These identity-based risks can be further fed into tools such as conditional access to make access decisions or fed back to a security information and event management tool for further investigation and correlation. Importance. It focuses on safeguarding user identities and detecting identity-based risks. It helps organizations prevent unauthorized access and respond to potential threats. Key features. Risk detection. Analyzes trillions of signals from sources like Active Directory, Microsoft accounts, and Xbox. It detects risky behaviors such as anonymous IP address usage, password spray attacks, Leaked credentials. Investigation and reporting. Administrators can investigate risks using key reports. Risk detections. Each identified risk is reported. Risky sign-ins. Reports when one or more risk detections occur during a sign-in. Risky users. Identifies users with risky sign-ins or reported risk detections. Automated remediation. Entra ID protection integrates with conditional access. Risk-based policies enforce controls such as strong authentication methods, multi-factor authentication, and secure password resets. Microsoft Entra Permissions Management is a cloud infrastructure entitlement management solution that provides complete insight into the permissions granted to all identities, actions, and resources across cloud infrastructures. Importance. Permissions management addresses the challenge of managing access permissions effectively in complex cloud environments. It focuses on ensuring that identities have the right level of access to resources. Key capabilities. Discover. Assess permission risks by evaluating the gap between permissions granted and permissions used. Cross cloud permissions discovery provides granular and normalized metrics for key cloud platforms. Permission creep index measures the risk associated with unused or excessive permissions across identities and resources. Remediate. Right size permissions based on actual usage. Automatically delete permissions unused for the past 90 days. Grant permissions on demand for time limited periods. Monitor. Multi-dimensional view of permissions, risk for all identities, actions, and resources. Continuously evaluate and adjust permissions. Microsoft Security Solutions capabilities. Core infrastructure security services in Azure. Azure Distributed Denial of Service Protection. What is Azure Distributed Denial of Service Protection? Azure DDoS protection safeguards your Azure applications by scrubbing traffic at the Azure network edge before it can impact your service's availability. When an attack is detected, the service takes action within minutes to mitigate its effects. You'll receive notifications through Azure Monitor metrics. Azure DDoS protection. Key points about Azure DDoS protection. Traffic scrubbing. Incoming traffic is analyzed and malicious requests are filtered out, ensuring legitimate traffic reaches your application. Network edge protection. The protection occurs at the network perimeter, shielding your resources from volumetric and protocol-based attacks. Real-time detection. Azure DDoS protection identifies attacks promptly, allowing swift response. Integration with Azure services. It seamlessly integrates with other Azure services. Mitigation reports. You can access reports by detailing the attacks mitigated by the service. Azure Firewall. What is Azure Firewall? Azure Firewall is a managed, cloud-based network security service designed to protect your Azure virtual network resources. It acts as a stateful firewall with built-in high availability and unrestricted cloud scalability. Azure Firewall enables you to create, enforce, and log application and network connectivity policies across subscriptions and virtual networks. Azure Firewall. Key features of Azure Firewall. Azure Firewall comes in three flavors. Standard provides L3 to L7 filtering and threat intelligence feeds directly from Microsoft Cybersecurity. It alerts and denies traffic from or to known malicious IP addresses and domains in real time. Premium offers advanced capabilities including signature-based intrusion detection and prevention system. It rapidly detects attacks by identifying specific patterns. Over 67,000 signatures across various exploit categories are updated in real time. Basic. Designed for small and medium-sized customers, it provides essential protection at an affordable price point. It operates in Threat Intel Alert mode and runs on two virtual machine backend instances, suitable for environments with an estimated throughput of 250 Mbps. Azure Firewall Manager. You can centrally manage Azure firewalls across multiple subscriptions using Azure Firewall Manager. It applies a common set of network or application rules and configurations to firewalls in your tenant. Secure virtual hubs simplify routing traffic to the firewall within virtual WANs. Web Application Firewall. A web application firewall is a security solution designed to protect web applications from attacks. It operates at the application layer and monitors incoming and outgoing traffic to identify and block malicious requests. Web application firewalls help safeguard against threats like SQL injection, cross-site scripting, and other Layer 7 attacks. By analyzing HTTP requests and responses, web application firewalls ensure that only legitimate traffic reaches your web application. Web Application Firewall. Key features of the Azure Web Application Firewall. Layer 7 filtering. Azure Web Application Firewall inspects application layer traffic, allowing you to define rules based on specific patterns or behaviors. Protection against attacks. It defends against common web vulnerabilities, including SQL injection, XSS, and more. Custom rules. You can create custom rules to tailor protection to your application's unique requirements. Integration with Azure services. Azure Web Application Firewall seamlessly integrates with other Azure services. Logging and monitoring. It provides detailed logs and metrics for monitoring and analysis. Network segmentation with Azure Virtual Networks. What is network segmentation? Network segmentation involves dividing a network into smaller, more manageable subnets or virtual networks to enhance security, performance, and scalability. By creating software-defined perimeters, you can set rules governing traffic between these segments, allowing different security postures for various parts of your network. Network segmentation with Azure Virtual Networks. Segmentation patterns in Azure. Subscription provides high-level separation between entities within an organization. Communication between resources and different subscriptions must be explicitly provisioned. Virtual network. Created within a subscription, VNets offer network-level containment of resources. By default, no traffic flows between any two VNets. Communication between VNets requires explicit provisioning. Network security groups. Network security groups act as layer 4 firewalls, controlling traffic within a VNet. They also manage traffic with external networks. Network security groups allow granular segmentation for subnets, VM groups, or individual VMs. Azure Virtual Network Manager. A network management service enables central IT teams to manage VNets globally across subscriptions. Azure Virtual Network Manager enforces predefined security admin roles across selected VNets. Application security groups. Similar to network security groups, but referenced in an application context. Application security groups group VMs under an application tag, defining traffic rules for each VM. Network security groups. What are network security groups? Network security groups are virtual firewalls that allow or deny traffic to and from Azure resources based on network security rules. They operate at the network layer and can be associated with subnets, network interfaces, or individual VMs. Network security groups provide granular control over inbound and outbound traffic flow. Network security groups. Key features of Azure Network Security Groups. Inbound and outbound rules. Network security groups define rules for both incoming and outgoing traffic. You can allow or deny specific protocols, ports, and IP addresses. Stateful filtering. Network security groups maintain state information, ensuring that responses to allowed traffic are permitted. Priority and order. Rules are evaluated in priority order. The first matching rule determines whether traffic is allowed or denied. Default rules. By default, network security groups deny all inbound traffic and allow all outbound traffic. You can customize these defaults. Logging and monitoring. Network security groups provide diagnostic logs for auditing and troubleshooting. Use cases for network security groups. Security segmentation. Network security groups help segment your network by controlling communication between different tiers. Application level filtering. You can restrict access to specific ports based on business requirements. Hybrid scenarios. Network security groups can be used in hybrid environments, allowing secure communication between on-premises and Azure resources. Azure Bastion. What is Azure Bastion? Azure Bastion is a fully managed platform as a service offering. It provides secure and seamless RDP or SSH connectivity to your Azure virtual machines via private IP addresses. With Azure Bastion, you can directly access your VMs from the Azure portal or via native SSH or RTP clients on your local machine. Importantly, your VMs don't need public IP addresses, agents, or special client software. Azure Bastion. Key benefits of Azure Bastion. RDP and SSH via Azure portal. Easily access RDP and SSH sessions directly within the Azure portal with a single click. Secure TLS connectivity. Azure Bastion uses an HTML5 based web client, ensuring your RDP or SSH sessions are over TLS on port 443. This enhances security and allows traffic to traverse firewalls more securely. No public IP required. VMs connected via Azure Bastion use their private IP addresses, eliminating the need for public IPs on your VMs. Simplified network security. You don't need to manage network security groups for Azure Bastion. Configure NSGs to allow RDP or SSH only from Azure Bastion, streamlining secure connections. No separate Bastion host. Azure Bastion is a fully managed service, eliminating the need for separate Bastion host VM. Protection against port scanning. VMs remain protected against port scanning because they aren't exposed to the internet. Centralized hardening. Azure Bastion sits at the perimeter of your virtual network, simplifying VM hardening. Zero-day exploit protection. Azure keeps Bastion hardened and up to date to protect against zero-day exploits. SKUs. Service tiers. Azure Bastion offers multiple SKUs. Developer SKU. Basic features. Basic SKU provides RDP or SSH connectivity within the same virtual network. Standard SKU. Enhanced features for more complex scenarios. Azure Key Vault. Azure Key Vault is a cloud service designed for securely storing and managing sensitive information, such as cryptographic keys, are used for encryption, decryption, and signing. Secrets. This includes API keys, passwords, and other confidential data. Certificates are used for secure communication and authentication. Key Vault ensures that secrets are tightly controlled and accessible only to authorized users and applications. It provides a centralized location for managing keys and secrets across your Azure resources. Azure Key Vault. Key concepts and terms. Vaults. Azure Key Vault supports two types of containers. These store both software and HSM backer keys, secrets, and certificates. Managed HSM pools. These only support HSM backer keys. Tenant refers to the organization that owns and manages a specific instance of Microsoft Cloud Services. Vault owner has full access to and control over a key vault, including setting up auditing and managing the key lifecycle. Vault consumer can perform actions on assets inside the key vault when granted access by the owner. Managed HSM administrators control managed HSM pools. Managed HSM crypto officer or user perform cryptographic operations using keys in managed HSM. Resource, a manageable item available through Azure. Resource group, a container for related resources within an Azure solution. Security principle, an identity used by apps, services, and automation tools to access specific Azure resources. Use cases for Azure Key Vault. Securely store secrets. Store API keys, passwords, and certificates. Manage cryptographic keys. Use for encryption, decryption, and signing. Centralize key management. Simplify key and secret management across Azure services. Enhance security. Avoid hard coding secrets in code or configuration files. Azure security management capabilities. Microsoft Defender for Cloud. Microsoft Defender for Cloud is a cloud-native application protection platform that provides comprehensive security measures and practices to protect cloud-based applications from various cyber threats and vulnerabilities. Microsoft Defender for Cloud. It integrates several capabilities. Development security operations. Unified security management at the core level across multi-cloud and multiple pipeline environments. Cloud security posture management offers recommendations and actions to prevent breaches and improve security posture. Cloud workload protection platform delivers specific protections for servers, containers, storage, databases, and other workloads. Additionally, when you enable Defender for Cloud, you automatically gain access to Microsoft 365 Defender, which helps security teams investigate attacks across cloud resources, devices, and identities by correlating all alerts and incidents. Cloud security posture management. Cloud security posture management tools are designed to prevent security misconfigurations and compliance risks in cloud environments. They provide automated monitoring and remediation capabilities across infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service platforms. Cloud security posture management. Key features: continuous monitoring. Cloud security posture management solutions continuously scan cloud resources to identify and alert to potential security risks. Compliance assurance. They help ensure that cloud deployments are compliant with industry standards and regulations. Misconfiguration management. Cloud security posture management tools detect misconfigurations that could lead to security breaches and provide remediation guidance. Threat detection. They can identify threats based on abnormal user activities and configurations that deviate from established security policies. Benefits: enhanced security posture. By enforcing security best practices, cloud security posture management improves the overall security stance of cloud infrastructure. Reduced risk. Cloud security posture management reduces the risk of data breaches and other security incidents by proactively addressing vulnerabilities. Cost effective. Automating the detection and remediation process can save time and resources, making cloud security posture management a cost effective solution for cloud security. Security policies and initiatives improve the cloud security posture. Think of the cloud as a digital skyscraper. Security policies are the blueprints that guide the construction and maintenance of this skyscraper to ensure it's safe from all kinds of threats. Here's how these blueprints improve the security posture. Blueprints, security policies. They outline the architecture of security measures like firewalls, encryption, and access controls, ensuring every service and data is protected. Construction codes, compliance standards. Just as buildings must adhere to safety codes, cloud services must comply with security standards to ensure they are robust against attacks. Inspections, security assessments. Regular inspections help identify any cracks in the defenses, much like checking for structural weaknesses in a building. Renovations, security initiatives. Over time, the digital skyscraper needs upgrades. Security initiatives are the renovations that modernize defenses with the latest technology. Drills, incident response plans. Fire drills prepare occupants for emergencies. Similarly, incident response plans prepare teams to act quickly and effectively during a security breach. Surveillance, continuous monitoring. Just as cameras and guards keep watch over a building, continuous monitoring tools keep an eye on network traffic and user activities to spot suspicious behavior. Enhanced security features provided by Cloud Workload Protection. Cloud workload protection platforms are specialized security solutions designed to safeguard workloads in public, private, and hybrid cloud environments. Features: microsegmentation. This feature divides the cloud environment into distinct security segments down to the individual workload level, controlling the flow of traffic and reducing the attack surface. Behavioral analytics. Cloud workload protection platforms use machine learning to understand normal workload behavior and can detect anomalies that may indicate a security threat. Vulnerability management. They continuously scan for vulnerabilities within the workloads and provide prioritized lists for patching based on potential impact. Configuration management. Ensuring workloads are configured according to industry best practices and compliance standards to minimize risks. Threat intelligence. Integration with threat intelligence feeds to provide up to date information about emerging threats and enable proactive defense strategies. Identity and access management. Features that control who has access to what resources, ensuring that only authorized users can interact with sensitive data or systems. Encryption and key management. Protecting data at rest and in transit with encryption and managing the keys securely to prevent unauthorized access. File integrity monitoring. Monitoring and logging changes to critical files which can be an indicator of a security breach or malicious activity. Incident response. Automated and manual response capabilities to quickly address security incidents and minimize their impact. Microsoft Sentinel capabilities. Security information and event management. Security information and event management is a cybersecurity solution that aggregates and analyzes activity from many different resources across your IT infrastructure. It collects security data from network devices, servers, domain controllers, and more. Security information and event management solutions work by aggregating data, collecting data from various sources within an IT environment, detecting threats, using rules and statistical analysis to identify patterns of activity that might signify a security threat. Alerting, notifying the security team of potential security incidents. Dashboards, providing visualization tools to track security events in real time. Compliance, assisting with meeting various compliance requirements by logging security data. Security orchestration, automation, and response. Security orchestration, automation, and response platforms are designed to help security teams manage and respond to endless alarms at machine speeds. They orchestrate, coordinate, and streamline complex processes among multiple security tools. Automate, execute response actions automatically based on predefined criteria and workflows. Respond, provide incident response capabilities, including playbook execution and case management. Microsoft Sentinel, threat detection and mitigation capabilities. Microsoft Sentinel is a cloud-native security information and event management system that provides advanced threat detection and response capabilities. Here's how it works. Data aggregation. Sentinel aggregates data across all users, devices, applications, and infrastructure, both on-premises and in multiple clouds. Threat detection utilizes analytics and threat intelligence to identify unusual behaviors and potential threats. This includes the use of machine learning to detect unknown threats and reduce false positives. Incident creation. When a threat is detected, Sentinel creates an incident, allowing for a coordinated investigation across the entire threat landscape. Automated response. Sentinel can automate responses to common threats through playbooks. These are sets of procedures that can be run automatically to respond to a detected threat. Visualizations provides dashboards for a clear view of the data and threats, making it easier to identify and investigate issues. Investigation tools offers tools for investigating alerts and incidents, including the ability to search across data sources to track threat actors and their activities. Integration. Sentinel integrates with various data sources and Microsoft solutions, enhancing its detection and response capabilities. Threat protection with Microsoft 365 Defender. Microsoft 365 Defender Services. Microsoft 365 Defender is an integrated suite of security solutions that protect against threats across Microsoft 365 services. It's designed to provide comprehensive protection for your organization's communication, collaboration, and productivity tools. Following are the services offered by Microsoft 365 Defender. Microsoft Defender for Office 365 protects against threats in email, links, and collaboration tools. It uses advanced techniques like safe attachments and safe links to scan content in real time. Microsoft Defender for Endpoint offers endpoint protection by detecting, investigating, and responding to advanced threats on devices. It leverages behavioral sensors, cloud security analytics, and threat intelligence. Microsoft Defender for Cloud Apps, a cloud access security broker that supports various deployment modes, including log collection, API connectors, and reverse proxy. It provides visibility into your cloud apps and services, provides sophisticated analytics to identify and combat cyber threats, and enables control over data travel. Microsoft Defender for Identity utilizes your on-premises Active Directory signals to identify, detect, and investigate advanced threats, compromised identities, and malicious insider actions directed at your organization. Microsoft Defender Vulnerability Management helps in identifying, assessing, and remediating endpoint vulnerabilities and misconfigurations to reduce the attack surface. Microsoft Defender Threat Intelligence provides deep insights into threats and their evolution, delivering actionable intelligence to help protect your organization. Microsoft 365 Defender for Office 365. Microsoft Defender for Office 365 is a robust security solution designed to protect your organization's communication and collaboration from advanced threats. Capabilities. Threat protection utilizes sophisticated algorithms and machine learning to detect and neutralize threats such as phishing, malware, and ransomware in real time. Safe attachments analyzes email attachments in a detonation chamber to identify malicious content before it reaches the user's inbox. Safe links scans URLs in emails and Office documents to block access to known malicious web addresses. Incident response tools provide security teams with the necessary tools to track, investigate, and respond to security incidents efficiently. Reporting and threat intelligence offers insights into the current threat landscape and the effectiveness of the protective measures in place. Information governance helps ensure that data is managed accordingly to policy and regulatory requirements, reducing the risk of data breaches. Cross-platform integration seamlessly integrates with other Microsoft 365 services for a unified security posture across all communication and collaboration platforms. Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. Microsoft Defender for Endpoint is a sophisticated security platform designed to help enterprise networks prevent, detect, investigate, and respond to advanced threats. Threat and Vulnerability Management provides a real-time view of software vulnerabilities and misconfigurations, enabling prioritized remediation actions. Attack Surface Reduction implements controls to reduce areas vulnerable to cyber attacks, such as application control and network protection. Endpoint Detection and Response monitors endpoints for signs of malicious activity and provides tools for detailed forensic investigation and response. Automated investigation and remediation uses artificial intelligence to investigate alerts and fix compromised endpoints with minimal human intervention. Advanced Hunting offers a query-based threat hunting tool that allows security professionals to proactively find breaches and create custom detections. Microsoft Threat Experts provides targeted attack notifications and expert-level monitoring and analysis to identify and respond to critical threats. Secure Score for Devices evaluates and reflects the security posture of an organization's devices, recommending actions to improve their security state. Integration with Microsoft 365 Defender enhances visibility and coordinated defense across domains by integrating with other Microsoft Defender services. Microsoft Defender for Cloud Apps. Microsoft Defender for Cloud Apps is a key component of Microsoft's security solutions, providing comprehensive protection for your organization's cloud applications. Microsoft Defender for Cloud Apps includes visibility. It gives you visibility into your cloud apps and services, including the ability to discover and assess the risk levels of various cloud applications used within your organization. Data control allows you to set policies that control the flow of sensitive information and govern how data is accessed and shared. Threat protection utilizes advanced analytics and machine learning to identify and mitigate potential threats in real time. Compliance and governance helps ensure that your cloud applications comply with regulatory standards and internal policies. Anomaly detection detects unusual behavior that may indicate a breach or a potential security threat. App discovery identifies and catalogs cloud apps used by your organization, assessing their risk and compliance with policies. Information protection integrates with Microsoft Information Protection to label and protect sensitive information across cloud apps. Automated remediation offers automated processes to remediate identified risks, reducing the need for manual intervention. Microsoft Defender for Identity. Microsoft Defender for Identity is a security solution specifically designed to protect enterprise identities, which are often targeted in cyber attacks. Active Directory Monitoring. It continuously monitors Active Directory environments to detect suspicious activities and identify potential threats. Advanced Threat Detection utilizes machine learning and behavior analytics to detect unusual activities that may signal a compromised identity or malicious insider actions. Security Alert System generates alerts for identified threats, providing actionable insights for security teams to investigate and respond to. Investigation Tools offers a range of tools to explore and analyze security breaches, helping to understand the scope and impact of an attack. Identity Threat Intelligence provides intelligence about known threats and security issues related to identities, enhancing the ability to detect and respond to attacks. Integration with Microsoft 365 Defender works in conjunction with other Microsoft Defender solutions to provide an integrated approach to security across the organization's digital footprint. Microsoft Defender Threat Intelligence. Microsoft Defender Threat Intelligence is a platform that enhances cybersecurity operations by streamlining workflows such as triage, incident response, threat hunting, and vulnerability management. Data aggregation. Defender Threat Intelligence aggregates critical data sources, enriching them to provide a comprehensive view of threat infrastructure. Efficient workflows. It optimizes the time spent by analysts on data discovery, collection, and parsing, allowing them to focus on deriving insights through analysis and correlation. Centralized intelligence. The platform centralizes various datasets like DNS data, whois information, malware, and SSL certificates, which are essential for assessing indicators of compromise. User interface. Defender Threat Intelligence presents data in an easy-to-use interface, enabling analysts to correlate indicators with vulnerabilities and infrastructure chains. Collaboration. It facilitates collaboration among security teams within an organization, allowing them to share insights and work together on investigations. Threat analysis and intelligence. With the vast amount of intelligence and alerts, Defender Threat Intelligence provides a platform for accurate and timely assessments crucial for effective threat analysis and intelligence. Microsoft Defender Vulnerability Management. Microsoft Defender Vulnerability Management is a feature within Microsoft Defender for Endpoint that provides a risk-based approach to the discovery, prioritization, and remediation of software vulnerabilities. Continuous Asset Discovery automatically identifies and catalogs all devices and applications in your network, providing a complete inventory for vulnerability assessment. Risk-based prioritization uses Microsoft's threat intelligence to prioritize vulnerabilities based on their risk to the organization and the likelihood of exploitation. Automated security recommendations offers built-in remediation tools and actionable guidance to address identified vulnerabilities and misconfigurations. Threat and Vulnerability Management provides a dashboard that displays the security posture and offers insights into the impacts of vulnerabilities on your environment. Integration with Microsoft 365 Defender enhances the ability to correlate vulnerability data with endpoint signals for more informed security decisions. Microsoft Defender Portal. The Microsoft Defender Portal, now known as the Microsoft Defender Portal, is a unified security platform that provides integrated protection and management for Microsoft 365 services. Centralized Security Management. It serves as a central hub for monitoring and managing security across Microsoft 365 services, including Office 365, Windows, and Azure. Integrated Security Solutions. The portal integrates various Defender solutions like Defender for Endpoint, Defender for Identity, and Defender for Office 365, providing a cohesive security experience. Threat Detection and Response offers advanced threat detection capabilities, leveraging analytics and intelligence to identify and respond to cyber threats quickly. Automated Investigations utilizes automation to streamline the investigation process, reducing the time and effort required to resolve alerts. Actionable Insights provides security insights and recommendations to improve the organization's security posture. Customizable Alerts and Policies allows for the customization of alert policies and the configuration of automated responses to identified threats. Secure Score evaluates and reflects the security posture of an organization, offering recommendations for improvement. Cross-platform support supports security management across different platforms and devices, ensuring comprehensive protection. Microsoft Compliance Solutions Capabilities. Microsoft Service Trust Portal. The Service Trust Portal is a resource provided by Microsoft that offers a variety of content, tools, and other resources about Microsoft Cloud Services security, privacy, and compliance features. Microsoft Service Trust Portal offerings. Audit reports. Access to detailed audit reports from third-party auditors that verify compliance with various standards and regulations. Compliance guides. Comprehensive guides and white papers that explain how Microsoft Cloud Services meet compliance requirements. Risk management. Tools and resources to help organizations assess and manage risks associated with using cloud services. Data protection. Information on how Microsoft protects data within its cloud services, including encryption and data governance details. Regulatory compliance. Insights into how Microsoft Cloud Services adhere to global regulatory standards and practices. Trust documents, a collection of documents that provide transparency on Microsoft's data protection and privacy protocols. Privacy principles of Microsoft. Microsoft's privacy principles are foundational to how the company designs and operates its services. Control. Microsoft gives users the ability to control their data, providing tools and options to manage privacy preferences. Transparency. The company ensures transparency by providing clear information about what data is collected and how it is used. Security. Microsoft employs a variety of security technologies and practices to protect data from unauthorized access and cyber threats. Legal protections. The company advocates for strong legal protections for privacy and seeks to comply with privacy laws around the world. No content-based targeting. Microsoft commits to not using email, chat, files, or other personal content to target ads to users. Benefits to the user. Microsoft aims to use data to benefit the user, enhancing their experiences and providing valuable services. Microsoft Priva. Microsoft Priva represents a new frontier in data privacy management within the Microsoft 365 ecosystem. It's a suite of tools designed to help organizations navigate the complex landscape of data privacy with ease and precision. At its core, Priva is about empowering businesses to understand and control how personal data is collected, stored, and used. It simplifies the process of responding to privacy related requests from individuals ensuring compliance with regulations like GDPR and CCPA. Privacy risk management. Priva provides tools to identify and mitigate privacy risks associated with personal data handling. It helps organizations stay compliant with global data protection regulations. Subject rights requests. Priva streamlines the process of responding to data subject requests such as access, deletion, or export of personal data as required by privacy laws. Sensitive data insights offers insights into where sensitive data resides across the Microsoft 365 environment, enabling better control and protection of personal information. Data minimization. This helps organizations reduce unnecessary data collection and retention, minimizing exposure to privacy risks. Automated classification utilizes machine learning to automatically classify data based on sensitivity and regulatory requirements, aiding in effective data governance. Privacy assessment. Priva includes assessment templates that guide organizations through evaluating their privacy posture and implementing best practices. Microsoft Purview Compliance Management Capabilities. Microsoft Purview Compliance Portal. The Microsoft Purview Compliance Portal is a centralized platform that provides tools and resources to manage your organization's compliance posture effectively. Unified Compliance Framework. The portal offers a single interface for accessing risk and compliance solutions within Microsoft Purview, streamlining the management of compliance tasks, risk assessment, and management. It enables organizations to perform risk assessments, manage data protection risks, and enhance compliance with regulatory requirements. Compliance Manager. This tool simplifies compliance by calculating a risk based score that measures progress toward completing recommended actions to mitigate risks. Solution Catalog. A collection of integrated solutions is available to manage end to end compliance scenarios, including policies, alerts, reports, and more. Active Alerts. The portal provides a summary of active alerts, allowing users to view detailed information and take appropriate actions. Customizable Dashboard. Users can customize their dashboard with cards that provide quick insights into compliance status and access to various tools and reports. Navigation pane. A navigation pane on the left side of the screen offers easy access to alerts, reports, policies, compliance solutions, and more, which can be customized for a tailored experience. Describe Compliance Manager. Compliance Manager is a feature within the Microsoft Purview suite that aids organizations in managing their compliance with various regulations and standards. Compliance Manager is designed to be a one-stop shop for all your compliance needs, providing a clear and structured approach to managing compliance within the Microsoft Cloud environment. It's a tool that simplifies the complex landscape of compliance by providing assessment capabilities. It allows you to assess your compliance stance against a wide range of standards and regulations. Actionable Insights offers recommendations and actionable insights to improve compliance and reduce risks. Integrated Solutions seamlessly integrates with other Microsoft solutions to provide a comprehensive view of your compliance status. Automated Workflows automates workflows to streamline compliance processes, making it easier to manage tasks and track progress. Risk Management helps identify, track, and mitigate risks associated with non-compliance. Regulatory Updates. This keeps you updated with the latest regulatory changes and helps you adapt your compliance strategies accordingly. Uses and benefits of Compliance Score. The Compliance Score in Microsoft Purview is a feature that helps organizations measure their compliance posture against regulatory standards and internal policies. It provides a quantifiable metric that reflects the organization's compliance efforts and progress. Here's how it works technically. A. Assessment. The compliance score evaluates your organization's compliance performance by assessing implemented controls against a set of standards and benchmarks. B. Scoring. It assigns a numerical value to each control, reflecting its impact on your overall compliance posture. The sum of these values gives you the compliance score. C. Improvement actions. The score is accompanied by recommended actions that can improve your compliance posture, each with its potential score impact. D. Prioritization. It helps prioritize actions based on their potential impact, allowing organizations to focus on the most critical areas first. E. Tracking progress. The compliance score provides a clear and ongoing picture of your compliance status, making it easier to track improvements over time. F. Reporting. Detailed reports and dashboards offer insights into the compliance score, enabling better decision making and reporting to stakeholders. Compliance Manager and Compliance Core are both components of Microsoft Purview, but they serve different functions. Compliance Manager is a tool that helps organizations manage their compliance with various regulations and standards. It provides pre-built assessments, detailed guidance on improvement actions, and workflow capabilities to streamline compliance processes. It's essentially a comprehensive management solution that assists in identifying and mitigating compliance risks and in staying current with regulations and certifications. Compliance score, on the other hand, is a metric within Compliance Manager that quantifies an organization's compliance posture. It awards points for completing improvement actions recommended by the Compliance Manager, with each action having a different impact on the score based on the potential risks involved. The compliance score helps organizations prioritize their compliance efforts by highlighting which actions will have the most significant effect on improving their overall compliance posture. Microsoft Purview, Information Protection, Data Lifecycle Management, and Data Governance capabilities. Describe the data classification capabilities. Introduction to data classification. Data classification is the foundation of data governance and protection, enabling organizations to categorize data based on sensitivity and regulatory requirements. Microsoft Purview Data Classification. Automated classification utilizes machine learning to identify and label sensitive data automatically. Manual classification allows users to manually apply labels to data, providing flexibility and control. Sensitivity labels. Sensitivity labels are tags applied to content that enforce protection actions based on the label's definition. They can be used to protect content in emails, documents, and other data repositories. Label policies. Sensitivity label policies help in the distribution and enforcement of labels across the organization. Policies can be tailored to specific groups, locations, or content types. Content Explorer and Activity Explorer provides visibility into labeled content, helping to track where sensitive data resides. Offers insights into how labeled content is being accessed and used. Data loss prevention. Data loss prevention policies help prevent the accidental sharing of sensitive information. It works across Microsoft services like Teams, Exchange, and SharePoint. Records management helps in defining how long data should be kept before it is disposed of. Automates the process of deleting or archiving data as per the retention schedule. Compliance reporting tracks compliance with data protection regulations and internal policies. Generates reports to provide evidence of compliance for audits and reviews. Content Explorer and Activity Explorer. Content Explorer. Comprehensive search enables a thorough search capability for sensitive data across all Microsoft 365 services. Easy classification. This simplifies the classification and labeling of sensitive data within an organization. Data remediation allows for actions such as applying retention policies, deleting data, or quarantining it for review. Custom policies facilitates the creation of policies that trigger specific actions when certain types of data are detected. Activity Explorer visibility provides insights into how data is being accessed, modified, and shared across the organization. Real-time monitoring offers real-time monitoring of data activity, enhancing the ability to respond to potential issues promptly. Compliance assurance helps ensure compliance with regulations by monitoring and recording data activities. Security threat mitigation assists in protecting sensitive data from security threats by tracking unusual activities. Benefits holistic overview. Together, they offer a complete view of sensitive data management and activity within an organization. Regulatory compliance. They play a crucial role in meeting regulatory requirements by providing tools to search, identify, manage, and monitor sensitive data. Operational efficiency. Improve operational efficiency by automating the discovery and monitoring of sensitive information. Risk management. Enhance risk management strategies by providing detailed information on data handling and usage patterns. Sensitivity labels and sensitivity label policies. Sensitivity labels. Sensitivity labels are used to classify and protect content based on its sensitivity level. They can enforce protections such as encryption, content marking, and access restrictions. Label configuration. Labels can be configured with settings that dictate the level of protection, such as watermarks, headers, and encryption. Labels can be automatically applied to content using predefined rules and conditions. Sensitivity label policies. These policies govern how labels are distributed and enforced across the organization. Define conditions under which specific labels should be applied automatically or recommended to users. User experience. Users can apply labels manually, providing flexibility and ensuring data is classified correctly. Policies can offer recommendations to users, helping them make informed decisions about labeling data. Monitoring and reporting. Audit logs. Label applications and changes are logged for auditing and compliance purposes. Insights. Reporting features provide insights into how information is being labeled and protected. Integration with data loss prevention. Data loss prevention. Sensitivity labels integrate with data loss prevention policies to prevent accidental sharing of sensitive information. Unified governance. This integration ensures a cohesive approach to data protection within Microsoft Purview. Data loss prevention. What is data loss prevention? Data loss prevention is a security strategy that ensures sensitive or critical information does not leave the corporate network unauthorizedly. It helps prevent data breaches by detecting potential data exfiltration, transmissions, and preventing them by monitoring, detecting, and blocking sensitive data while in use, in motion, and at rest. How does data loss prevention work? Data identification. Data loss prevention solutions identify sensitive data based on rules and policies defined by the organization. User actions monitoring. They monitor and control endpoint activities, ensuring that users do not send sensitive information outside the corporate network. Data loss prevention policies. Policy creation. Administrators can set up DLP policies that define what constitutes sensitive data and what does not. Policy enforcement. These policies are then enforced across the network, email, and data storage to prevent unauthorized data transfers. Data loss prevention in Microsoft Purview. Integration. DLP is integrated into Microsoft Purview, providing a seamless experience for managing sensitive data across Microsoft 365 services. Compliance management. It helps in regulatory compliance by ensuring that sensitive information is not sent in violation of information governance policies. Benefits of data loss prevention. Protection against data loss. DLP helps protect against data loss and theft. Regulatory compliance. Assists organizations in compliance with legal and regulatory requirements. Visibility and control. Offers visibility into data movement within the organization and allows for control over the transfer of sensitive information. Records management. Records management is a critical IT discipline that involves the systematic administration of records and information throughout their life cycle. Life cycle management. It encompasses the creation, classification, retention, preservation, and destruction of records, ensuring that valuable information is accessible and usable while obsolete records are disposed of securely and efficiently. Digital preservation. With the increasing shift to digital formats, records management includes the long-term preservation of digital records, ensuring their readability and authenticity over time, despite challenging technologies. Metadata management. Proper records management requires meticulous metadata creation and maintenance, which facilitates efficient search, retrieval, and archiving of records. Compliance automation. Leveraging technology to automate compliance with legal, regulatory, and organizational policies, records management systems can trigger alerts for review cycles, retention schedules, and disposal actions. Integration with enterprise systems. Records management solutions are often integrated with other enterprise systems such as enterprise resource planning and customer relationship management to streamline workflows and information sharing. E-discovery readiness. Organizations must be prepared for e-discovery requests, which involve identifying and delivering electronic information as evidence in legal cases. Effective records management ensures that electronic records are organized, searchable, and retrievable on time. Risk mitigation. By maintaining accurate and complete records, organizations can mitigate risks associated with information breaches, data loss, and non-compliance penalties. Sustainability. Modern records management practices also consider environmental sustainability, promoting the reduction of paper use and encouraging digital alternatives. Retention policies, retention labels, and retention label policies. Retention policies. These are sets of rules defined at the IT policy level to manage the lifecycle of digital information. They determine how long data should be retained based on business, legal, or regulatory requirements. Retention policies can be applied across various data repositories, such as email systems or document libraries, to automate the retention and deletion processes. Retention labels. These act as markers for content, providing a more granular approach to retention. They can be manually or automatically applied to individual documents, emails, or other digital items. Retention labels carry metadata that dictates the retention duration and disposition actions for the labeled item. Retention labels. Retention labels policies. These are overarching policies that govern the deployment and enforcement of retention labels within an organization's IT infrastructure. They define where and how retention labels should be applied, ensuring consistency and compliance across different data types and storage locations. Unified Data Governance Solutions in Microsoft Purview. Unified Data Governance in Microsoft Purview is a holistic approach to managing and governing data across an organization's entire data estate. Data Map. Microsoft Purview creates a unified data map that automatically discovers and maps data across various Microsoft services and third-party data sources. This map facilitates the understanding of the data landscape and its interconnectivity. Data cataloging. It provides a centralized catalog where data assets are classified and annotated with metadata, making it easier for stakeholders to find and understand data. Data protection. Microsoft Purview integrates with Microsoft Information Protection, ensuring sensitive data is identified and protected both in transit and at rest across cloud and on-premises environments. Compliance management. The solution offers tools to manage compliance with regulations like GDPR, HIPAA, and others by setting policies that control data access and usage. Insider risk management. It helps in identifying and mitigating risks associated with insider threats by monitoring user activities and data interactions. Information Lifecycle Management. Microsoft Purview allows organizations to set retention policies and labels, automating the lifecycle management of data from creation to deletion. E-discovery. It provides advanced e-discovery capabilities that enable legal teams to identify, collect, and preserve electronic information for legal cases and investigations. Insider risk, e-discovery, and audit capabilities in Microsoft Purview. Insider risk management. Insider risk management is a crucial aspect of organizational security within Microsoft's security, compliance, and identity ecosystem. It involves the identification, assessment, and mitigation of risks posed by insiders who have legitimate access to an organization's resources. Insider risk management. Insider risk management. Understanding insider risks. Insider risks stem from users who have access to corporate data and systems, potentially leading to inadvertent or malicious incidents. Types of risks. These can include theft of intellectual property, fraud, espionage, or sabotage. Identifying potential risks. User activity. Monitoring for unusual activity that deviates from typical user behavior patterns. Risk indicators. Setting up alerts for risk indicators such as mass downloads, unauthorized access attempts, or sharing sensitive data with external parties. Implementing controls. Policies. Establishing clear policies regarding data access, sharing, and security. Training. Conduct regular training sessions to educate employees about insider threats and their responsibilities. Leveraging Microsoft technologies. Microsoft Purview. Utilizing tools like Microsoft Purview for unified data governance and risk detection. E-discovery and audit. Applying e-discovery and audit capabilities for investigating and responding to incidents. Continuous improvement. Feedback loops. Creating feedback mechanisms to learn from past incidents and improve IRM strategies. Technology updates. Keeping abreast of the latest Microsoft updates and integrating them into the IRM framework. E-discovery solutions in Microsoft Purview. Introduction to e-discovery. Discovery in Microsoft Purview is designed to support legal, regulatory, and organizational compliance efforts by identifying, collecting, and preserving electronic information that can be used as evidence. E-discovery capabilities. Search and investigation allows organizations to search across Microsoft 365 data sources, including emails, documents, and instant messaging chats. Hold and preservation ensures that information relevant to a case is preserved in its current state without any possibility of alteration or deletion. Advanced e-discovery. Review and analysis. Advanced tools to analyze large data sets, reducing the volume of data and focusing on what's most relevant. Export and production. Once relevant documents are identified, they can be exported out of Microsoft Purview for further review or legal proceedings. Integration with Microsoft 365. Unified Compliance Framework. E-discovery is integrated with the broader Microsoft 365 compliance ecosystem, providing a seamless experience for managing compliance across your organization. Security and Compliance Center. access to e-discovery tools through the Microsoft 365 Security and Compliance Center, ensuring secure and compliant data handling. Audit solutions in Microsoft Purview. Overview of audit solutions. Audit solutions in Microsoft Purview provide a comprehensive set of tools to track and investigate activities across your Microsoft 365 services. Scope captures thousands of user and admin operations, ensuring transparency and accountability within an organization. Key features: Unified Audit Log, a central repository for tracking and analyzing activities performed across Microsoft 365 services. Searchable records, ability to search and filter audit records for specific events, users, or time frames. Audit Standard versus Audit Premium. Audit Standard includes basic auditing capabilities enabled by default for organizations with the appropriate subscription. Audit Premium offers advanced features such as longer retention periods, intelligent insights, and high bandwidth access to audit data. Audit Standard log and search for audited activities. Enabled by default, thousands of searchable audit events, 90-day default retention period, accessed by GUI, commandlet, and API. Audit Premium builds on the capabilities of Audit Standard with 1-year default retention period, customized retention policies, intelligent insights, higher bandwidth access to API. Implementing audit solutions. Permissions. Assign necessary permissions to access the audit log search tool and corresponding commandlet. Retention policies. Set up audit log retention policies to comply with organizational and regulatory requirements. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to Tech with Shaping Pixel.